Okay, we'll start with Anthony Dasher and follow up by going to Mark Weiser.
Kearis, can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Good. Okay, I was garbled earlier, so I'm glad I can all right now. Yeah, you talk about your job as a punt returner. I know you did a little bit of that last year, some getting the major opportunity this season. What do you enjoy about that? And just kind of anybody you kind of like to pattern yourself after at that spot?
Yes, sir. I love special teams, especially punt return. I specialize myself in that. I build my game off special teams, and being back there at punt return is a blessing. Something I used to do in high school, just knowing that every time I touch the ball, I'm trying to score. And that's the goal every time we get on punt returns, get in the end zone. And just having the guys up front, those are the guys that are important, making the blocks, making sure I'm safe back there catching the punt. And we do a great job of that, but there's still room for improvement.
And what's the key to being a good punt returner? To get to being a good one, what's the key to that?
The key to that is just trusting yourself, trusting that the guys up front making the blocks long enough for you to make the catch, and just securing the catch and being able to make a play afterwards.
Thanks, man.
Kearis, obviously it's a big game week with Auburn. I'm curious how it's working in practice. How many different quarterbacks are you catching passes from out there?
Everybody getting reps right now. Of course, we got Auburn this week, Big Ten, top 10 matchup. Have to come out every day like we've been doing and just attacking it, treating every practice like it's a game, just making sure that we're working hard. We can't slip up because each week is like we're trying to go 1-0, and we just got to be able to execute our game plan and be able to play hard and for all 4 quarters.
Do you notice any extra pep in JT's step now that he's been cleared?
Yes, sir. All the guys have been basically working hard. All the quarterbacks have been taking reps, doing the smart things, just making sure they're making plays and putting us in the right position.
Okay, let's go to Seth Emerson, followed by Chip Towers.
Kearis, it looked like guys were getting open, receivers were. How are route concepts, route trees different this season under Coach Monken?
Just making sure we knowing the details in the routes, just making sure we get our right depth. Just every route, every concept that we have is ran. It has to be ran a certain way, and we've been doing a great job in the off season up until this point by making sure we're doing the small details right, and just making sure we've been in the right place at the right time.
Are the route trees and designs different, or is he just making you? Are y'all working harder on them, or what?
We just went in this off season, worked hard. Like we knew how last season went out, and this year we just went out with a chip on our shoulder, knowing that we were capable of doing whatever that's given to us by the coaches, and we just wanted to show that and be able to go out there and play fast and play hard.
Kearis, obviously you're a leader on this team. I'm curious, did you have any conversations after the game with Dwan? Obviously you got to keep your confidence. You got a long way to go for this year. And secondly, just what did you think about Stetson's coming off the bench and, being able to perform like he did?
Yes, sir. I was able to talk to Dwan on the plane actually after the game, and actually during the game, just tell him to keep his confidence up. As a leader, it's my job and everybody else around him to make sure the quarterbacks are comfortable. And I know I take a toll on myself from last week, but I feel like I did do a great job of just making sure guys was comfortable. And this week has been different. All the quarterbacks that came out with a different attitude, wanting to get ready, wanting to get better, because we all know that the performance that we did last year was unacceptable. And this year, not this year, but this week, we have to go out this week and play fast and just make sure we do everything the right way. And the quarterbacks are doing a great job. All 4 of them actually are doing a great job. And just the guys around him, like the offensive line, the running backs, the receivers, like we all have to make sure that our quarterback is comfortable, because without our quarterback, we're nothing. But we have been doing a great job this week so far.
Stetson seemed pretty confident, even though he was thrown in that situation. Is that how you would describe his his countenance, kind of the way he carries himself?
I know before when Stetson transferred back, I know he went to JUCO, played the whole season there, so his confidence level is going to be up. And with Dwan missing, basically haven't played a game in 2 years, it kind of showed up. But at the same time, it was like I said, it's my fault and the guys around him for making sure that like we put him in better situations and better timing and things like that to make sure he's comfortable back there. And this week he has showed great intentional details. He has been doing good all over. Now, same about all our quarterbacks, and Stetson, whoever's been getting reps, they have been straight balling out, and we're just ready to go showcase.
Appreciate it.
Okay, let's go to Jake Rowe, followed by Jed May.
Yeah, Kearis, early on in that game, you guys had some guys kind of making their first, appearance, I guess, in major action. And one of those guys was Jermaine Burton. He had a couple of key mistakes early on, but how do you feel like he developed as the game went along? And what do you do with a young player like that whenever they may not know what to do or make a couple mistakes early on?
Just tell him to keep going. I mean, the mistakes he did, man, he was at least trying, and just didn't want to like give up a big play or whatnot. But all our guys, all the freshmen came out. They were a little jittery at first because I mean it's their first college game, being on the road, and just the excitement of everything, the sightseeing, all that type thing. We just had to let them know that like just calm down and just trust the process. I mean, Coach Smart done a great job, especially through our practice, putting us in the toughest position that we could possibly be in, so to make the game easy. And I feel like those guys that got their feet wet and should be ready to go.
Hey, Kiera. So we asked Nate McBride this question yesterday, and I want to see what you thought about it. Being from a smaller town like Fort Valley, sort of, what is it like, knowing you've got the full support of everybody back there? Are you getting, a bunch of texts after games? What is that feeling like being the pride of a small town, sort of?
Yes, sir. I mean, it's a big chip on my shoulder, especially being a small town, Fort Valley, Georgia. Not too many people make it out of there, and I just want to be one of those guys that just to make it, make sure I'm getting my degree, and just being not only thinking about football, but my afterlife. And I just want to have a positive effect on like the kids back at home, just showing them that I can do it, like, and they can do it. And I know sometimes I talk to like a couple guys from my high school every now and then, just check in on them, just encourage them to keep going. And that, I mean, you got to take school. It's always a student athlete, and just let them know how important school is, and just being a big role model as I can, and just being a neighborhood hero.
When you get the chance to go back there, whether it's off season, on a bye week during the year, are you getting recognized all around town? Shaking hands at restaurants, signing autographs, all that kind of stuff?
Yes, sir. Actually, every time I go home, I always go out to my old elementary school, Hunt Elementary, and I always go out to my high school, Peach County. And most of the time on our bows, they'll be having a game, so I'll go out, and Coach Campbell, my head coach, he'll give me the opportunity to speak to the team before the game, and just not just let them know, because all the guys back at my high school want to be in my shoes, but at the same time want them to be better than what I am, and then just let them know what it's going to take to get there.
Thank you.
Okay, got time for two more questions. We'll go to Lance McCurley and followed by Connor Riley.
Kearis, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, so as the game went on, you were catching more passes than you probably ever have, and you had a couple good punt returns. How did that raise your level of confidence, especially going into this next game against Auburn?
Yes, sir. I mean, like they say, you do it in practice, you'll do it in the game. But I'm not satisfied with my performance at all. I just feel like I left so much on the table, and I feel like I could do so much better. So I went in this week ready to work, and I have to get better each week. I mean, the catches, but that was nice. But at the same time, I left money on the table. I left touchdowns. It's so much better I can do, and especially with my teammates, I just know that we all can do better. And we just ready to go back. Went back to work and ready for another game this Saturday.
When the quarterbacks are rotating in during practice and even during a game, as a receiver, do you notice any difference in terms of, the way the ball comes out or the way they're leading in a huddle?
Every ball comes out different. I know DeJuan's a much taller guy, so his balls come a little bit different. JT is a lefty. Stetson, it's all different. Everybody throws the ball different. So just having that chemistry, and that's what the offseason comes in at, just being able to throw it each and every quarterback, and just having that type of chemistry where we know how to type balls that the quarterback would throw, and just being able to build confidence in those catches and balls being thrown by the QBs.
All right, Kearis, thanks for your time. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Thanks for your patience, everybody.